what's happening for anybody on the replay. I'm just letting them know on IG to pull up. Just letting them know on IG to pull up until we get used to the new format. Boy, just text me what? Why you don't know my YouTube? Why you don't know my YouTube, boy? Let me see. The new TL. All right, now let my folk on Instagram know to pull up. Let me know. Let me spread the word on IG until we get used to the what's happening to everybody pulling up. Who that is pulling up? Go live. Checking the connection. Checking the connection. All right. Let me flip this round. What's happening? What's happening? Yeah, let them know. Let them know to come pull up. Let me see who tapping in. Let me see who tapping. What's happening? What's happening? Hey, y'all pull up on the YouTube page. I'm on there right now. I'm on the YouTube page right now. Y'all pull up on the YouTube page. It's youtube.com/the new TLR. Pull up on the YouTube page. I ain't doing no more. I ain't doing no more lives or nothing on IG. I'm doing them on YouTube. Yeah, $1,000 a day. You feel me? Yeah. Pull up. What's up? What's up, Charles? Y'all pull up on YouTube. I'm on there right now. About to start going through it. Pull up on YouTube. I just want to get on and let y'all know that's where I'm doing it at. All right, then. About to get over there. Gone. Yep. All right, man. I done let them know on YouTube. What you said? What boy said? What he said? We live, yeah. YouTube favors. Nah, I ain't YouTube favors, man. I'm just sick of I'm sick of IG, boy. I'm sick of IG. IG done got on my nerve. They done got on my nerve with the bots and the fake page and all that, man. They done got on my nerves. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it, break it down, man. Uh, what let's talk about? Long. What she said? What she said? I'm about to look at that in a minute. Would be proud. Took out. Let me see what Lex talk about. I'm gonna look at that in a minute. But anyway, I don't trade on Tuesday and Thursday. I just sim trade, and I'm gonna break down sim trade. And this one here, it ain't even go. It ain't what's up. What happened, Haitian Pete? It ain't go my way. Uh, you know you can stream. Yeah, I know, but I to do it at the same time, I got to do it. I got to do it through Lula TV, but I don't want to stream on IG, man. IG done pissed me off. I'm sick of it. I ain't streaming on IG no more. They, you know what I'm saying, with all the fakeness and the bots and I don't know, man. I'm just gonna stream it over here. I'm gonna stream it over here. Dig it. Here we go. Let me switch over. Let me switch over. And then and plus on YouTube it give me more screen real estate on YouTube. Like I have more screen. Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's why I used to do it on what's the name? I used to do it on IG cause that's where everybody follow me at. You know what I'm saying? That's where everybody follow me at. And I was trying to get the information to the people. You know what I'm saying? But IG done pissed me off, so I just come over here on YouTube. All I need is one person, man. I don't care if it ain't nothing but one person. All I need is one person. You know what I'm saying? I don't do it for the views. I do it for the people. I'm for the culture. I'm for the culture. Let me put my charts up here. And I'm gonna break down. What's happening. What's up, Travis? Travis up in here. The real Travis Scott up in here. I ain't even worried about YouTube putting Cinema Pocket. I ain't even worried about YouTube putting Sense in my pocket, cause you gotta have like 1,000 followers, a million hours, all kind of you need all kind of stuff to monetize. I ain't even worried about all that. That's why I was just doing everything on Instagram, because I ain't worried about monetizing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get the information out to the people for the freeski whiskey. But anyway, I'm gonna break down this trade that I took. What's up, Quantity? I'm gonna break down this trade that I took this morning. It was a sim trade. If you looked at my IG stories, you already know how the trade went. It was outside my risk tolerance, and if it was a live trade, you already know. Lex already know what I would have did. I was gonna be moving my stop soon as it went into the green. But since it was a sim trade, I tried to let it out. I tried to play it out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let's do this. I'ma download the what's the name? I'ma download the data and do it and play it back in real time. If y'all want me to do that, instead of just talking through it, I'ma download the data and play it back in real time. If y'all cool with that. If y'all want me to do it like that, put a 1 in the chat. If you want me to download the data and just do it in real time. I can't walk and chew and gum at the same time. Oh, historical data. If y'all want me to download the data and do it in real time instead of just talking through it, put a 1 in the chat. All right, ES. And then it don't matter, ES, MES, it's gonna be the same setup, but the difference is if you trade in the MES, make sure you download the MES. If you trade in the ES, make sure you download the ES. I'm downloading today. Oh man, can I since it's today, can I download today while it's today? I don't know. Let's see if it'll do it. It looked like it did it. Let's go into playback mode and see if it actually did it. I've never tried to download that day while I was in that day. Disconnect. And this is good lesson for anybody who want to know how to back test on NinjaTrader. You see what I just did? I just went into tools, historical data, clicked on load, get market replay data, selected my instrument, selected the day that I wanted, and then hit download. Then once you do that, you go to connection and you disconnect from the live, because you got to be connected to the live to get the data. And then you go back and you connect to the playback. Once you connect to the playback, that's when you're ready. Man, give me my thing. Let it move. Okay. Once you connect to the playback, that's when you're ready. So we're going to set it to the second. And hit play. Did it put me at 12 o'clock in the morning? Yep, it did. It put me at 12 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to skip forward. All the way to, what time did I get in that trade? I'm gonna go to 9:35 right now and see where it is. See if it's in the trade, close to the trade yet. Okay. Nope. Because it was because when I came home after the market had opened. So I'm just gonna speed it up right here. And get. I probably don't want to be on max. Oh, don't want to be on max. Oh, that's too fast. Okay. I might have went too far. Let me back up, son. Let me see what time I took that trade. I ain't on the live no more, so I can't see it. So I can't see what time I took it. Let me just look at the chart real quick. See if I could see what it is. Let me look at the MES chart so I can see what time it was. Y'all bear with the old man for a second. I should have asked y'all this before I even started. I should have asked y'all this before I even started. All right. So, looking at what it did, came in. I can see exactly when I got in. That's going to be... this one ain't even got the lines. This one ain't got the lines on it. Let's just go back over here to the ES. And we're going to play here. We're going to play it there. Drop down to the 2 minute. Alright, we went in. Alright, here we go. Alright, here we go. We're around this, somewhere around this time. I got it going kind of fast. Alright. We're on the 2 minute. Slow it down. Then make the swing. Okay, this the swing low. That's the swing high. Right there. I'll get back over there. Okay. Let me see. Speed it up. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. See how far along. Cause I can't remember exactly what time it was when I took the trade. All right. There we go. Oh, you know what? Somebody text me right around that time. Let me see what time that was. Yeah. Yeah, it is. What's your YouTube link? You should know my YouTube link. People keep hearing me talking, what's the YouTube link? Y'all hold up 1 second. Somebody trying to figure out what the YouTube link is. All right, yeah. Here we go. So we went down into the liquidity down here, right? We formed the swing low down there, right? And over here, we still going. We ain't broke. We made this swing high right here. We formed this swing low right here. We haven't broke it yet, so I'm still watching it. I'm looking for when we break this swing high with some authority right here. This is what I'm looking at, cause this is the line yesterday. If y'all was on here yesterday, when I made this line, I was like, I'm gonna be looking on in yesterday's trade. I was looking to, this was the profit target, right? For the intraday, and it was also the area to either get out the trade, shave, or look for a short-term sale, right? And it played out perfect. I left it there. We traded above it. I said, okay, if we come back down to this and we don't break below it, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to be looking for a reason to take a sim trade long off this level today, you know what I'm saying, if we don't break down below it, right? So here we go. And this looking like the time when it's going to break this swing high. I think this is the time when I was waiting for it to break the swing high. Yep, this is the time when I was waiting for it to break. We on a 2 minute chart, right? I'm looking for it. See, there we go. We broke the swing high right there. We came into the liquidity. We made a swing low. We made a swing high, right? And it broke the swing high with some authority right there. So these the steps to my setup, right? We got to come into the liquidity pool that I designate. You know what I'm saying? Once it get into the pool, right, it make the swing low, it make the swing high. I see which one it's going to break with some authority. Once it break it with the authority, this candle right here broke it. It's broke now. It don't matter if it closed above or below it. I don't care, right? It broke it with some authority. The very next candle, I'm going to be looking for it to make a fair value gap. And I'm let me show where I'm looking for the fair value gap to be. Boom. So now the next candle is open, right? The next candle open now. Now that it's open, I want it to make a fair value gap in here somewhere. It's got to be a fair value gap in here somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It can be there. It can be there. It just got to be a fair value gap in here somewhere. And once it make a fair value gap, I'm going to be looking to go long. Either and see, this is an instance when I was saying before, sometime the order block, you know what I'm saying? Sometime the order block, once we You know what I'm saying? Once we made the swing low, made the swing high, and broke it with some authority, now it's, you know what I'm saying, qualifying this to be the order block. Sometimes the order block will be inside the fair value gap. Sometimes it'll be below it. And that's what I was saying earlier. And today, I took it off the bottom of the fair value gap, right? It got 13 seconds for this to close, right? And then, so I'm gonna put it right where I took it today. That's the bottom, 1, 2, 3, right? It was at the bottom, 1, 2, 3 ticks up. Boom, 3 ticks up. I'm just gonna put it in because that's what I did earlier today. That's what I did. And then I also you saw on the stories I said that we may come down to the order block. You know what I'm saying? And I'm willing to take that heat if we came to the order block. Like if it was a live trade, I would have waited till it came down to I would have been trying to take it off the order block in a live trade. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I would have been coming off the open of the order block here. And so now it's in the trade. And then, so the trade was going, I'm watching it. And so, like, this is my determined stop loss. I ain't losing no more than this on any trade. And this trade setup, in this trade right here itself, I'm going to slow this down. Yeah, I'll let it go at 2. The place you would want to be putting your stop would be, oh, somebody told me before, put it on the pointer. All right, the place you would want to be putting your stop would be down here. But since this is outside of my predetermined stop, I'm not going to put it down here. You know what I'm saying? So this trade is like a little outside my risk to reward, unless I would have took it off the top of the order block. Then it would have been within my predetermined risk to reward. And then I would have just moved it up if I need to lessen my risk to reward, right? So here we go, the trade going. And then I got to a point in the trade where I was like, you know what? If you look at my stories, you see I was like, you know what? This trade starting to look a little weak, right? I'm like, this trade starting to look a little weak, right? And so I was like, once I saw that the trade was looking weak, like I think it came like all the way down here somewhere, right? And I was like, this trade starting to look weak. So if this was a live trade, right? If this was a live trade and I had taken it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to run. It's going to dip down here, probably under, see these equal lows? You got to pay attention to all this stuff when you're taking it, right? If you're looking at these equal lows right here, it's probably going to rip down up under them equal lows before doing anything, especially on a chop suey day. On a chop suey day, all it's going to do is just run lows, run highs, run lows, run highs all day, right? And then see right here, once it, like, I ain't worried about the trade right here. I ain't worried about it, right? When the trade gonna start looking weak to me is when it comes down here somewhere. Cause right now, you know what I'm saying, 16 ticks on the ES, I ain't mad at that. You know what I'm saying? That's a good trade. You know what I'm saying? You could go on to the house with them 16 ticks. You feel me? 16, what's 16 ticks on the ES? Cause this the real ES I was messing around with today. 16 times 12.5. Dang, you know, that's $200. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you trying to make $100 a day, boom, you already made your profit. You feel me? And then see it ran up here. It's like, that's 4 points. It already went 4 points already. It hit 20. That was 20. That was 4 points right there. 4 points on the ES ain't bad, but my target, I would have moved my target down here. This would have been my target over here. Right there. That would have been in this trade right here. That would have been my target. That previous high right there would have been my target in this trade. So I would have slid my target down to here, right? And then, so I think this the time when the trade started. Because if you see, it came down. Matter of fact, it done dipped down a little bit lower than the, what's the name? It done dipped a little bit lower than right here. Oh, no. That's inside that swing there. So this would be the order block there. So it came down to there. If I'd have took it here, then it would have been a better entry. But is this the candle when I got word? But you'll see when it, like, you know what I'm saying, like, it's doing a little chop suey right now. So I still ain't worried about it because it's still within the range of, you know what I'm saying, I was willing to take that heat coming there. You see what I'm saying? Because I put it there and I said it may come back to this area here and I'm willing to take that heat. But right here, this is when I was like, this trade looking weak. If you look at my IG story, I said this trade looking weak. If I come back up here, I'm moving into profit, right? If I come back in here, I'm moving into profit. So if this was a live trade and not a sim trade, right? And not a, and see right there. See, remember what I told you, right? On a chop suey day, it's gonna be running lows, running high. See how I hit them lows there. It's gonna come down later and hit these lows here. See what I'm saying? A chop suey day, all doing it, run lows, run highs, run lows, run highs. You see what I'm saying? It came down here, ran them lows. It's gonna, go back up, come back down here, run these lows, go back up. You feel me? So it like, and then boom, here we go here. I'm watching it now. I'm like, yeah, if this was a live trade, I'm gone if it get back up there. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm right there at my stop loss. I'm right there at my stop loss right there. And I think it's gonna run back. It should, it's gonna run back up because I had an opportunity to get back out. Oh, was that the counter there? I can't remember. It was either this count. No. This was when I was worried. So it's gonna be a counter that go back up. It's gonna be a counter that go back up and give me the chance to get back out. Yeah. So this all the stuff you gotta be, watching for. It ain't that one because it was one that got up there a little bit. I'm gonna speed this up just a little bit. Speed this up a little bit. Yeah. Then I think it wasn't that one. It wasn't that count. I'm speed it up. Go to 10. 10. Yeah, that's the counter there. That's the counter there that would have let me get back at it. I would have been gone. If there was a real trade, boom, I'm gone. I would have been gone. When they got up there, I would have been gone because this trade is looking real weak. I would have been gone. If you look on my IG stories and you know what I'm saying, I would have been gone. I would have been gone if this was a real trade because the trade was looking real weak. You know what I'm saying? It was looking real weak. I would have been out of there. But I just went on ahead and let it play out to see what it was going to do because it was a sim trade. You know what I'm saying? Since it was a sim trade, I just let it play out to see what it was going to do. And then, y'all already know the stop fear. You know the results. That was the results of what it did. And then I'm speed it up to max to show what it kept. And then after that, see, chop suey. You know what I'm saying? It kept going. Sped it up to, you know what I'm saying? This was actually a good level. That's why I was saying on my story. This was a good level, right, for a long entry. Because it went from, I need to get back to my line. It went from, where my line at? Control. There you go. So the entry was at, what was my entry? What did I enter at? I can't remember where I entered it now. Here, up here, right? So this was the entry right here, right? At there. So it went, let's just say 44.95 for all intents and purposes. And it went all the way up, like either over here, but you know what I'm saying? It went all the way up and hit that previous, what's that high up there. It went all the way up and hit that high up there. And where I would have been targeting this one from this trade right here, that would have been my first target. And it went all the way up to the second target. But the risk to reward was higher than my risk to reward. So in a real trade, I would have been stopped out with a little bit of profit. You know what I'm saying? If I would have tried to play it out through just stick and not move nothing, then I would have got stopped out. But y'all already know how I do. I protect profits at all costs. At all costs, I protect profit. If I get a chance to get out, if I get worried about a trade, man, I'm gone. What you say, Lex? I took it down. Oh, you took it down? Lex, you took it down? She said, I took it down. It said them equal highs. I knew it was going to retrace, so I drew fibs. Okay. All right. Do anybody got any questions on this trade breakdown, like why I did what I did, what I was looking for? Do anybody got any questions on any of that? I'm gonna get back on live data, see what's going on, and then I'm gonna go eat my lunch after that. Connect to the live. All right, switch over here to the camera. Anybody got any questions on, you know what I'm saying, what I did? Yeah. So yeah, and there it go right there. You can see where I went in. Right there at 96. Got out at now. Oh, I ain't even got it on the screen no more. My bad. My bad. Um, refresh chat. No, I don't see nothing. I guess ain't nobody got no questions. Ain't nobody got no questions. Live chat. Okay, ain't nobody got no questions. I'm gonna go ahead and get off, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I don't see no questions popping in. Um, you could have took the trade after it came back down, right? If that was part of your if that's part of your strategy, if that's part of your strategy, you could have took it when it came back down. But um, I stick to every step of my strategy. If every step ain't there, I don't take the trade. Little after you got stopped out. Yeah, if that's part of your strategy, like after that trade got stopped out, I would need it to go back through all my steps again before I jump back in. Because like from like only thing I do now is I just trade one strategy. You took it after it came back down, Lex. That first swing high, swing low. I feel you though. Yeah. Yeah, I only stick to my strategy. I don't deviate from it no more. I used to try to just jump back in where I thought it was gonna come, what I thought it was gonna do. Now I got to it's got to be every step of my strategy. There was no fade value grab, so I drew fibs and took it long. Oh, you talk about when you did it, you did it off a retracement. You did a 62% retracement. Okay, it broke structure, set equal lows, then it came back. Yeah. It's what say was whacked today. It took 3% profit. Price action was whack. Going to say price action was whack. Um, only took 3% profit. Yeah, so it's a million ways to skin a cat. It's a million ways to get money in this market, man. And so I got a strict discipline now. Like I only trade one setup. That's it. That's the only trade setup I trade. I only try to take live trades on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You know what I'm saying? I look at the market every day. Tuesday and Thursday, I only do sim trades. And you know what I'm saying? When I take my trade, I got to have every step of my strategy in place before I push the button. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't even sit down and really watch the charts like I used to watch it. Now what I do, I set an alert so when it trade above or below the liquidity pool. When the price dip into the liquidity pool, that's when I come start watching the charts. If it ain't dipped in the liquidity pool yet, man, I'm off somewhere doing something else, chilling, watching TV. What are the steps? You must be new here. Shout out Wall Street Trapper, man. I love it when Wall Street Trappers say that. My steps. What about steps? You must be new here. Let's go through the steps, man. Let's go through the steps real quick. I'll put it back. I'm gonna change the screen back over. We're gonna go through the steps, right? So the steps for my setup is right. It's got to come into the liquidity pool, right? It's got to come into like this line right here is where, you know what I'm saying, I already determined this the price coming to that area to look for liquidity, right? We ain't gonna break all that down because we just going through the steps. So step one, it's got to come to the liquidity pool, right? Right. Once it come to the liquidity pool, right? I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it on the 15 minute. I'm looking at it on the 15-minute chart. Once it come into the liquidity pool, boop, here we go. We in there. We in the liquidity pool here, right? So once we get into the liquidity pool, what am I looking for? On the 2-minute chart, 1, 2, or 3 minute. I look at the 2 minute first. because that's where it occurs most of the time through my back testing. And I drop down to the 1 minute while I'm looking at the 2 minute to see if I can get a better risk to reward entry. So once it comes to the liquidity pool, right, what am I looking for? I'm looking for, once it get in there, I'm looking for it to form a swing low, form a swing high, and then whichever one get broke first with authority, like this right here. So dip into the liquidity pool 1, if you're taking notes. Form swing low and swing high. That's step 2, right? That's form. Step 3 is to break that swing high if I'm bullish. If I'm bearish, it need to break that swing low with some authority, right? Once it break that swing high with authority, the very next candle got to form a fair value gap, right? That it just form a gap. ICT call it fair value gap. That's why I say that, right? And what's a gap? A gap is when you have 3 candles in succession. 1, 2. Let me change it to the arrow. Somebody said put it on the arrow, Tim. Right? So you got candle 1, right? This the candle that broke this high right here. You got candle that broke. So this candle need to form a gap, right? So with 1, 2, 3 candles in a row, and the third candle and the first candle don't share price. That's the gap. That's the fair value gap. Once that happens, right? Now that's all the pieces, that's all the steps to my setup are in place. Boom. Once it's in place, I'm looking to take the buy. I'm looking to buy. The first place I look to buy is off the bottom of the gap plus 3 ticks. This case, you know what I'm saying? We got the order block that's below the gap. So in this trade here, the best place to try to get it, the best price to try to get it will be off the open of the order block, right? And then you can take it off the top of the gap. You know what I'm saying? But that's going to yield you the worst risk to reward because your stop going to be down here. And in this case, you know what I'm saying, since I took it here, my stop actually ended up being right at the liquidity pool because that's my max loss that I'm going to take on a trade. You see what I'm saying? But if I'd have took it here, my max loss would have been down there and I would have moved it up a little bit and had a smaller risk to reward, smaller risk than I normally take. But those are my steps. Get into the liquidity pool, form swing low, swing high, break, swing low or swing high with authority. Very next candle, form a gap, retrace back to that gap or the order block and go long or go short. That's the steps. All right. The first swing high, swing low. How do you determine the range? Swing high, swing low you're hunting for. What you mean? How do I? Once you get in the liquidity pool, once you get in the liquidity pool, that's how you determine the swing low or swing high. Oh, you talk about from the beginning? Oh, you look at that on the higher time frame. If you looking for what it's hunting for, you looking for the liquidity that it's hunting for on the what's the name? Can you start the steps at the beginning? Explain why / how you start from charting the first levels. Yeah, I'll do that real quick. I'm getting hungry. My stomach growling. All right, so from the beginning, for everybody that's new here. All right, so from the beginning. All right, I put these lines on there yesterday, but I can show you why I put them lines on there. So at the beginning of the week, on Sunday night, Monday morning, right, I look at the weekly chart, you know what I'm saying, to see the weekly targets, right? We've been falling for the last couple weeks, you feel me? So this was last week. This green candle right here was last week. This is the week we in now. This was the previous week. Since we was already above last week highs, I marked my weekly target as the top of the previous week right here. That's why I put that green line right there, right? That's the overall liquidity that I'm hunting for my swings. I'm in some swing positions right now that I put on Friday with the SPY. So this is my profit target right here, right? That's my profit target right there for them swings, right? So, and they expire on February 25th, right? So then I drop down, I find my weekly liquidity target. So then I drop down to the daily and I look at places that's going to be some potential areas of concern, right? And yesterday, if you was on the live, I was talking about how I put this line right here because this area, when it sold down to here, it bounced back up real good. So I was like, okay, that's an area of concern. If I get into a trade yesterday, which I couldn't because my son was sick, but I said if I do get into a trade, I'm gonna be looking to get out of the trade at this line. And then if I didn't get into a trade, I will be looking to take a temporary short at this line. And all of that played out yesterday. That was the perfect profit target during the New York session, and it yielded a short-term sale that was like, I think it was like 20 points. I think we went through and looked at it yesterday, right? So then I put this line right here because as you see this super long wick right there. It's the really long wick once it got to that level. So I put that as a daily level of concern on my way to my weekly profit target. You see what I'm saying? And then when you look at the weekly profit target, as you can see, it's when you drop down to the daily level, it's a daily swing high. You see what I'm saying? So that's the daily swing high. And then down here was the daily swing low from this last leg on this downtrend. You see what I'm saying? That's the daily swing high and the daily swing low of this last leg. And that's why that right there was a good overall profit target for my swings. So that's how I set up where the liquidity is reaching to. You see what I'm saying? That's where it's reaching to on the upside, right? And then looking at, and I drop down, let's drop down to like the 60-minute. So I'm gonna drop down to the 60-minute, right? And explain what's going on with this green line right here, right? This green line right there on the 60-minute this is like the area that we was trading in yesterday when I woke up. Because this is Sunday. This is what happened Sunday, right? And so when I woke up and marked my chart, right, before I found out my son was sick and had to go get him from school, this low right here, this swing low right here, that was the last swing low, you know what I'm saying, that we formed during the Asian on the 60-minute. So I marked that there as, okay, either we gonna come here and keep going up, or we gonna come down here up under this swing low right here and go back up, because I was bullish on the day, and then I didn't think we was gonna sell all the way back down to this area. So I was looking at this swing low as the area to take the trade off of. That's why I marked it there. If we would have broken through this and kept going down, the next area I would have been looking to take a long off of would have been up under this swing low right here. But as you can see, once the like, what time was it? What time was that? At like 8 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 7 o'clock in the morning, sometime it starts swimming in the liquidity pool. And we went through all of that yesterday of like how the trade played out. But that's how I determine where I'm gonna set the levels for the it's gonna be hunting for liquidity, right? And as you see right here, yesterday as it traded up today, you see that long wick, that was the nice sell down on the, let's drop down to the lower time frame so I can show it to you. Drop down to the 15-minute. Right there. That was the sell down yesterday. That was the nice sell down that yielded like 20-something points, I think it was, coming off of that right there. And then based off of how we were still trading overnight, we were still hovering around this area here. So that's why today I was looking at that as the liquidity pool today and trying to take a buy off of that area right there. That's why I was looking at that. So I didn't move the liquidity pool, you see what I'm saying, because I had already marked it and we still respecting it. We still respecting those levels. So that's why I was looking to take the buy off of this today. And like I say, I need every step of my strategy to play out before I take the buy or take the sell. Did that help out with going through all the steps of why I marked the levels? Did I answer your question? All right, I'm getting hungry. Are there any other questions before I go eat some leftover pizza? So when a swing low occurs is in your step, in your setup, you're looking to go long, and then swing high, you're looking to go no, 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 no. I already got my bias of going long or going short, right? I already got my bias. Like, that's a good question because sometimes we get into overthinking it. We get into overthinking it, right? We got to remember the steps, right? Let's go through the steps again. Step 1, dip into the liquidity pool, right? Once it dip into the liquidity pool, right, you can watch it on the 15-minute. Once it dip for intraday, this for intraday trading, right? Once it dip into the liquidity pool, you drop down to the 2-minute. Boom. Once you get down to the 2-minute, right? What's that crazy wick? Oh, you know what? When it be in sim trade sometime and you be, that's one thing I don't like about Ninja Trader. Like when you be in like sim trade and you be going into playback, like once you start skipping through your the time frames, it start putting like weird wicks on the chart. But anyway, once it dip into the liquidity pool, step 1, right? Step 2 is looking for a swing low and swing high to form after it dip into the liquidity pool, right? So it dip into the pool here. So when you look at, let me change it back to the arrows. I don't want to get jumped on. Once this candle right here dipped into the liquidity pool, now step 2 is looking for a swing low and swing high to form, right? You got a swing low here. Boom, come back up. You got a swing high there, right? Swing low, swing high, right? Now, step 3 is to look for, now I'm bullish on the day. So I'm looking for reasons to buy. So I'm looking for the swing high to be broken with some kind of authority, some kind of conviction to it. Boom. This candle right here broke the swing high. Dip in the liquidity pool, step 1. Swing low, swing high form, step 2. This candle broke the swing high, step 3, right? Now that it broke the swing high, this candle can close above or below the swing high. I don't care, long as it break it, right? Now that it's broke it, the very next candle has to form the fair value gap. Step 4. That's it. The very next candle has to form the fair value gap. If it do everything else and it don't create this fair value gap right here after this candle closes, that's not my setup. I ain't taking the trade. Excuse me. Thank you, son. If it don't form that fair value gap after this candle close, that's not my setup. I'm not taking the trade. Every step has to be there, right? Once I took this trade today, this sim trade today, you see them in sim, it's light gray, right? Once I took this trade today, like I say, if it would have been a live trade, I was going to protect my profits. But this trade stopped out. So this trade, it wasn't the trade. And why wasn't it the trade? It was bigger than my risk tolerance. You can see the trade did hit my target 1. Where we at? We was here. It hit my target 1 was this swing high right here. The target 2 was this swing high right here. The trade did hit target 1 with this candle here. Did it hit target 2? It hit target 2 over here. It didn't hit target 2 to over there. Let me get back on my line. See, this is why I like my line. When did it hit target 2? It didn't hit target 2 to this candle over here. Now I go back to the arrow. So it hit target 1 and it hit target 2. So if my risk to reward was a bigger risk to reward, it would have been a profitable trade to me. But since my risk to reward was smaller, I got stopped out right here at this red line. That's where I got stopped out at. But so if my risk to reward would have been, okay, I could put it below this swing low, I would have hit all my targets. But is that a good risk to reward? Nah, not in my opinion. But it's up to who you ask. Everybody's risk tolerance is different. You feel me? I got so long-winded I forgot what I was talking about on that one. What you doing is key. Just paper trade out of it until you feel yeah. Paper trade. That's it. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. I'm about to get out of here. If anybody else, if ain't nobody got nothing else, I'm about to get out of here. All right. If ain't nobody else got nothing else, I'm about to get out of here. Mm, 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 mm. All right, man. Don't look like nobody got nothing else, so I'm about to go eat me some leftover pizza. Say what, son? I'm about to go eat me some leftover pizza and get up out of here. Appreciate y'all for tapping in.